So this week in week 8, we're doing a full-on discussion of things that we found interesting, things that we learned, and things we think people didn't know. For me, things that I didn't know before starting this is GOLIC's acronym for basically efficiency. It stands for planning, organization, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. It appeared in 1937 by Luther Golick and is designed to call attention to various functional elements of work of an executive chief. Next thing that I found interesting was Wilson's dichotomy. He created this to with the politics administration in his mind. Wilson came up with a theory that politics and administration are inherently different, and administrators and politicians are more worried about who is funding or appointing rather than the common man. The next thing would be Simon's bound rationality. It's the idea that rationality is limited when individuals making decisions. Simon points out that most people are only partially rational and are irrational the rest of the time. Another thing I found interesting, I like doing the research on the city we live in. Um, I live in the city of Beaumont, so I was kind of like looking into the budget, seeing what they plan to do over the next few years. But it seems like they have everything kind of together all the way through 2036. Everything's been pretty consistent since they started, and they have a $32 million budget. On top of that, it did a little research on top of what their plans are over the next few years. The home prices here have just skyrocketed over the last 8 years, gone up almost 100%. They plan to expand freeways and other streets within the city because it is getting so busy, and they are adding a few more shopping centers. So the reason I picked these is because I found them so interesting. Is the three things that I listed earlier were I feel the some of the basis is the things that we used multiple times throughout the course and kept just reoccurring. The I used the ones about my city because I didn't really know too much about it then. It kind of made me go in depth and look more into what uh, the city's doing and give me a better knowledge of what's going on. And again, I guess this is going to be like the same thing, but it's the most surprising to me because I didn't really realize that this city has plans to really grow as much as it did. This is something I definitely share with family and friends. Family that I know is possibly wanting to move out here or friends that are moving out here. It's a good knowledge to have and staying up to date with what's going on in your community.